Use the mic, Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry, I thought it was on. Calling the Racine County Government Services Committee to order for Thursday, June 4th, 2026 at 5:01 p.m. Chairman Caprillion is unable to be here tonight, so I will chair the meeting as your vice chair. She is excused. And have we heard from Eric Hopkins? Supervisor Hopkins? We have no information on him. Representative Schuler is excused. Representative Gutenkust is here. Supervisor Coleman is here. Supervisor Trottier is here. The agenda list, Supervisor Ranth, that is supposed to be Supervisor Trottier. Supervisor Hoffman is here. Supervisor Kramer, did we hear from him? Okay, he may be on the way, so we're not sure yet. All right. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Are there any public communications directly to the Government Services Committee to share? Okay.
They need to read the youth and governance.
Yeah, I'll get it. Okay, thank you. So that's the next thing. Thank you. Youth and Governance Representative Gutenkust, can you fill us in on your statement, please?
Hello, we are the members of the Racine County Youth and Governance Program, and we will be participating in tonight's meeting. This program serves to empower youth in Racine County by encouraging us to participate in local government. We have agreed to abide by the applicable standards of conduct that would govern any elected county board member. While we are encouraged to participate and are allowed to have a non-binding advisory vote on matters before the committee, all formal action taken by this committee will be based solely on the binding votes made by county board supervisors.
Thank you, Representative. Are any questions regarding youth and governance? Okay. The next item of business, number 3, we have the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting of May 26th. They were sent out in your packet. So move. So we have a motion and a second from Supervisor Coleman. Are there any amendments, questions, additions, clarifications? Any edits or additions? Hearing none. Youth and governance, if you're in favor, say aye. Thank you very much. And supervisors in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Those pass. We are good there. Okay. New business number 4. We have an appointment here referred to us from the county executive for the Racine County Traffic Safety Commission, Kim Parsons, longtime employee of Racine County and very versed in public works and human resources. So what is the committee's pleasure? Supervisor Coleman moves to approve. Second. And Supervisor Hoffman seconds. Any discussion, questions, clarifications on this appointment? Hearing none. Youth and governance, how do you see it? Aye. Okay. And supervisors, how do you see it?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that passes. The next thing, 4B, update from Racine County Sheriff's Office regarding the new contract for law enforcement policing services for the village of Yorkville. So, Captain, can you give us your full name and address for the record, please?
Sure. My name is Kelly Getsky. I'm the sports services captain at the Sheriff's Office. The reason I'm here today is to discuss the potential of entering into a contract with the village of Yorkville for police services. They've requested to enter in a contract with us where we would provide them 8 hours of dedicated service per month. This is not an unusual contract. We have some smaller contracts like this, such as the town of Dover, Village of Elmwood Park. This contract, like I said, they're asking for just 8 dedicated hours. During those 8 hours, we would enforce their local ordinances. This contract would require the purchase of no new equipment or the hiring of any more manpower. This would just literally be a scheduling thing for us. It went in front of FHR last night and it's going to first reading on the 9th. And if we can get it through the second reading on the 23rd, we're hoping to enter into this contract and beginning July 1st, which would bring us in a revenue of $4,042.56 for the year. And if the contract goes well, they would potentially like to continue this contract on for 12 months next year.
Right. Supervisors or youth and governance, any questions, clarifications? You guys like to ask? Go ahead, Supervisor Hoffman.
So I'm a little thrown off, only 8 hours, huh?
Yeah.
They only have the patrol or,
Yeah, so it's literally 8 hours and we can schedule the 8 hours as we see fit. So we could come in, like today I came in, looked at the schedule and went, well, we're good today on staffing. We didn't have a bunch of sick calls. Hey, I need you to go dedicate 4 hours in the town of Yorkville or village of Yorkville, I'm sorry. So the scheduling is us just as long as we meet the 8 hours, and then our patrol admin lieutenant will give a monthly report to the village of Yorkville each month showing what we've done.
so who does the other hours of the day or the month? They have nobody?
They don't have anybody dedicated specifically to the village of Yorkville. We do have an area squad that covers, so village of Yorkville is 2 mile to KR and 45 to the interstate. We have a south middle car that's within their area, just extends further west to Highway 75. So that car patrols that whole area on a normal day-to-day basis.
Okay.
But they're looking for 8 hours just specifically within Yorkville.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? I do have a few myself, Captain. You said 8 hours a month?
Correct.
Okay, so is that a straight 8 hours or a couple hours here and there?
That's our discretion. So
Okay.
we could literally say to somebody, go for 2 hours, I need you to go dedicate 2 hours today.
So if something's going on, you want to
Yep.
kind of watch for, you would,
Correct.
couple hours and then, okay. Who negotiated the contract?
When you say negotiations, I guess the finance puts it together based off all of our other contracts. It's consistent with all of our other contracts with the administrative fee and the step 5 pay of a deputy.
The county attorney, I'm assuming was,
Court counsel's involved as well, yes.
all right. And there was no history of a contract with Yorkville, correct? This is
No,
the first one.
This would be the
How?
first one, yes.
How would, if you potentially run into an overtime issue, potentially something's going on, how is that addressed?
I'm not sure how we would run into an overtime issue.
Well, I'm not,
Yeah, it's just, you're dedicated your 8 hours. That's, it's not like a relief spot where, like I mentioned, that south middle area, that car makes an arrest or something like that, and they have to, stay late. That's overtime. Like that wouldn't happen during this dedicated. Traditionally, when people ask for these 8 hour, these smaller contracts like this, they want their traffic laws enforced is what they're looking for. They'll tell us, we've got specific complaints from citizens in this area. Could you sit on X road for a while and slow them down?
Right.
That's traditionally what they're looking for.
so you're saying there will be no overtime?
We won't incur
Period.
any overtime from this.
Okay, all right. Yeah, and the last question I have is regarding the term of this agreement.
Yep.
It talks about a 7-month agreement.
It's actually 6. That's because it would start July 1st. So
Right,
It's
okay,
technically
that's-
6.
Okay.
So I did some math on there. I'm not sure if you guys have this calculated sheet here.
Wow.
So it says $4,716 on the bottom of that for the revenue that it would make. That's calculated at 7 months. It's actually $4,042.56 because that's calculated at the 6 months. They're billed on a monthly basis. So they would be billed $673.76 per month.
All right. Yeah, okay, so because number 9, under your agreement paragraphs, your points, the agreement shall be for up to 7 months,
Correct.
and that should be 6 months,
It
correct?
should be 6 months, correct.
Okay, I'm assuming they will make that correction that
Correct.
County board there, okay. Yeah, and then the renewal, it talks about either party may terminate for the following year, but you don't have an agreement for the following year.
We don't currently have anything in,
So why
in the
would we
works.
be worried about terminating for the following year if we don't have as part of this agreement?
because we generate our contracts prior to the first of the year, so that when the first of the year comes around, they're signed. So if they tell us by a certain date that they don't want to have a contract next year, that we're prepared for it. Basically, that verbiage is
Boilerplate.
more designed for areas that we have, like Sturtevant or Town of Burlington, that we have designated personnel that we had to hire for that. We have equipment purchased for that, so that we have time to make those adjustments on our end. This one, if they were to terminate this and say they don't want a contract next year, it wouldn't affect the sheriff's office staffing or at all.
Right, so right now there is technically no idea that there's going to be a contract next year.
They've hinted that they would like one, yes. But we're trying to, as a whole, make sure, so the administrative fee was something new that we added this year into our contracts. We want to make sure, and I was just involved today in all kinds of conversations with that. We are digging as deep as we can into other municipalities' contracts, digging in our own to make sure that that administrative fee is correct.
Yeah.
So that we're making whole, because we have to make sure that we're not profiting off this. We
Mhm.
can't profit off of a contract statutorily. So we have a goal of end of July to make sure that we have that administrative percentage correct before we present all of our contracts to the municipalities for the 2027 year.
That just feels a little messy to me because it's an allusion to the fact that there will be another contract, and because you're saying you may terminate for the following year by notifying in writing by October 1st. So there's an assumption there's a contract, but there's not a contract. And so if there is an assumption, does that mean it's the same price? So it just feels a little messy.
Sure, I mean, and
Yeah.
Corp Council has reviewed all this paperwork.
Yeah.
They actually, we switched some of the verbiage from our 2025 contracts to these 2026 contracts. There was some verbiage that was adjusted to make sure that it's right.
All right.
I don't
Yeah, I'm just
anticipate.
kind of curious about it, that's all. So, okay, but we're making the correction to the 6 month, right?
Well, we can make the correction. It says up to 7 months, so it doesn't technically need to be corrected.
Okay. All right. How does anything, go ahead, Supervisor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I'd like to say thank you, Kelly, for the contract here. Most of my questions were answered last evening at the FHR meeting. And I want to say this is a trend that we are seeing with many of the municipalities asking for additional assistance from our sheriff's department. And I'm glad for that because as a whole, you are currently providing service to Racine County, that area. But this is going to specialize 8 hours a month in that area, which is great. And I hope it mushrooms into other municipalities as we go forward. It's nice to hear you say, and I believe that we talked about it last evening, that the contracts that are going to be reviewed for the next calendar year of 2027 will be discussed in length, specifically the admin fee. And
It was already discussed in length today.
I'm sure it was. I know it was, I should say. But I'm real happy about that, and I'm real satisfied with this contract and the service that we're going to be providing to the village of Yorkville. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chairman.
Sure. Anybody else?
Chair, just wanted to say, it looks good to me, but in the spirit of doing things in decent and in order, that 7 months, it does matter. And how we present things, they should be right. So make sure that you guys, when it comes to the county board, that it says 6 months, because in decent and in order, it does matter. But I move to approve.
Okay, so we have a motion from Supervisor Coleman to recommend approval. Supervisor Hoffman,
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman. I think it was pointed out, Supervisor Coleman, it says up to 7 months. I am one, I don't think it needs to be corrected because it says up to, it doesn't say 6 months.
Right, but.
Okay, so I mean, it's covered the way it's stated right now, okay?
Okay.
And the way, and I'm sure legal reviewed this, and if they think it needs to be changed, I think we had determination that it would be changed.
But if we said up to 6 months, it should say, it should reflect that. It's a personal opinion.
Right.
Nothing, like I said, but at the end of the day, I like direct key things. So 6 months would be great. But because that's what you guys said it's up for 6 months. So just a personal opinion, we can agree to disagree, but I move forward to approve.
All right, so a matter of clarity, you're moving to approve the document as is. Okay,
I move to approve.
have that second? Okay, as a matter of clarity, anybody else? And Supervisor Trotter reminded me of something that our committee needs to apologize to your department for making you come a second time. We had hoped to have this meeting jointly with finance, but it didn't work out that way. So I'm sorry that we have to, you guys have to have a double hit here on that. Hope, it's more efficient to do it together, but somehow that didn't work. So
You guys are pretty easy on me, so I
thanks.
need to apologize.
thanks for accommodating us here. All right, so we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion or questions? Youth and Governance, how do you see it? Aye from Youth and Governance. Supervisors, how do you see it?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, that passes. We are good to move that to the county board, the first reading at the next county board meeting here, which is June 9th. Yeah, next week. All right, very good. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Captain. The next item, Chairman Caprillion has asked that we defer because she wants to explain some of these updates to the Youth and Governance Handbook. She's asked to defer. Are there any objections? No. Hearing no objections, we will defer that item. Anything else for the good of the order? Anybody? Nobody? Okay, having exhausted